How's it been working with Rajni sir as a professional?
So, obviously Papa and him are the two iconic pillars of Tamil cinema, and it's always
Faces.
faces and, histories and so much. But I always knew him through the lens of the public, like everybody else. And people thought for some reason that I would have grown up around him, and it wasn't the case, So I knew him from, as everyone knows him, as superstar Rajni sir. And then I knew him through my dad's lens of his experiences and when we were working together. But it was really interesting to get to know him as a person through the filming process, and it was really nice.
What did you get to know?
He's a very, I always say this about him, he's like a very unique mix of characteristics. Like he's shrewd and sharp and like razor, like it's like fruit ninja, you can hear it, like he's that sharp. But he's also like really warm in a genuine way, where he genuinely is. And I told him, I said, you're actually really cool. Like he's very cool to talk to and very chill and very easy to converse with. Doesn't carry the gravitas of who he is into every room. And it's not, it's very just a good energy. He brings a good positive energy on set. Everyone's happy to walk around him. That's what I like. It wasn't like he had these pockets of niceness with people. Like everyone was happy when he came on set. And I think that's just like the best achievement.
Deeply spiritual person, I feel.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I think so too.
Then,
Not just from the stories. I mean, I'm saying it energetically. I think, when I look at him and I look at my dad, or Mr. Bachchan, like you were saying, man, the stuff they would have seen.
some different kind of souls only, no?
Yeah, and also I think तभी खाना भी अलग था, proteins भी अलग थे, food was better, I don't know, unadulterated milk to have with your Complan, So I really feel like they're a different breed. They just won't make them like them anymore.
I have a lot of questions about the universe with respect to these souls. Your dad, Rajni sir.
So, coming back to that, I asked my dad, I said, Dad, I would have loved to be born again as a flower child. He said, yeah, that would have suited you. And I said, Appa, what would you have, like, where would you have been just this life. This is the one. And he said it with such clarity. It was like, I was like, yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
One layer deep, why?
I said, because you're your own Woodstock. You don't need one. There's nothing to. And I said, so what about like when you look at other times? Oh, I learned through history, but this is the time. I'm in my time. And I just found that so powerful. Yeah.
Spiritual lens on the same thing?
Yeah, but he doesn't call it spiritual. He calls it practicality.
No,
and I'm like, you're so spiritual.
Yeah.
He is.
Right?
I always tell him, maybe you didn't choose God, but God always chooses you.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly.
I always tell him that.
But this is a conversation between two believers saying that.
Yes.
Like, that's our lens
Yeah.
on the same situation.
Yes.
But I feel to get this life of greatness, now you have to go through a really long soul journey.
110%. I mean, they must have had so many janams.
And been through so much to experience this.
Yes,
I
yes.
question that a lot because I've realized so much through the show and meeting all
But I don't
these-
think it's towards the last either.
There's more.
Yeah.
One
Show
more.
business can't be the last stop.
Yeah. I asked a monk that, I was like, this extreme level of fame, like extreme.
It cannot be the last stop. There's no way.
Yeah. I asked the monk that why is this given to some human beings?
Right.
So the monk said that it's for the being to realize that this is not the answer.
Yes. So then they have another one after that. Yes.
Probably just one more.
Probably.
The
Probably.
beginning of the end.
Because this level that they've seen is, yeah.
Do you think this is your last birth?
No, hell no. Like way to go.
You're speaking about the chart and all that.
Yeah.
Your chart gives you the mission for this lifetime also. This is what you're supposed to sort out. Your suffering is given to you.
Yeah, I was just going
because
to say, suffer.
As in the suffering is given to you so that
course.
you know what to navigate
And I
through.
always say this, like, whether you believe in spirituality or not, या astrology में believe करते कि नहीं भगवान में, you instinctively as a human being know when a lesson slaps you in the face. You know it. कि I shouldn't do this, or I should do this, or I cannot ignore this. The more you ignore your lesson, the more it will just keep coming back in life. So
What's been yours?
so many, you just know. It could be from an internal clock of I shouldn't speak that way anymore because it doesn't serve me, or this habit I have, or this thing, or this direction. And then you say, nay, 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 my bad, just leave it. Then you're definitely going to have to face it. So now my MO in life is like, just do it. Just face it. Like text messages, I immediately reply. Like, call, yes, how can I help you? Call you back, call them back. Just get it out. Get the tasks done, Yeah.
Overall, but with the lens of your entire life, you also born into your family for a reason,
Yes, of course.
right?
Yes.
What have you had to sort out over this journey?
I think it's something to do with the matriarchal line of my family. I think it's the women ancestors before me, and I can seriously feel that, which is why I moved towards Wicca and the history of pagan worship, and
I get it.
yeah, you get it. So there was this beautiful saying that we are the granddaughters of the witches that you couldn't burn, and I love that because that's I feel the bloodline of my ancestral females.
I bow down to you.
I believe it. I feel it. And I feel those lessons. I feel sometimes when things happen, I'm like, okay, why? And I feel it's something I have to break a cycle of or heal.
I'm doing, this is a very Indic. I'm doing Devi Upasana right now.
Okay.
Very
I
big.
get it. Okay.
And when I'd seen your name on my schedule, there was some internal intuition which like just kind of gave me a feeling that some kind of conversations meant to happen.
Oh, good.
It was for this
Good.
moment. So
This
just
moment.
more
Yes.
respect and
And if it makes things better, my name is Shruti Rajalakshmi, which a lot of people don't know. Yeah. They know me only as Shruti Haasan. Yeah.